You have no control over what's happening in your body, or do you worry that your health will continue to deteriorate in spite of being on medications? Know that you're not alone in this. I was exactly where you were, trying to handle my daughter's severe health issues till I found out a different approach, and I used a very different approach, and that's what I'm going to talk about. My name is Anindita, and I am a functional medicine certified health coach and practitioner. And today I'm talking about how you can overcome your fears about your future when nothing seems to be really working for you. And this is where many of us are in terms of, we're trying different things. We are trying this, and we are, trying different diets and lifestyle changes. We are trying different medications, different treatments, but we are not seeing any real sustainable results. And I remember that many years ago now, when I was trying to figure out a way to make dietary changes that would help bring our daughter's eczema under control. And by that time she had already been on a few immune suppressing medications, but clearly her skin situation was still not optimal, still not under control. So I knew that I had to figure out, and I had started doing my own research. And that is when I came across the fact that diet could actually play a role in our healing. And no one had ever told me that. I had never, I had grown up looking at Western medicine, the conventional approach, even though I come from a country where we have a traditional healthcare system like Ayurveda, but we moved, at least I had moved so far away from that, I had no clue that diet could actually play a role. So I was trying to figure out what dietary changes to make, because by that time I was desperate enough to try anything and everything to help bring her situation under control. And I remember that at one point I had made dietary changes because I was reading several books and implementing, but I had no clue what I was doing because I had nobody to really guide me on a day-to-day basis. And there was a time that I had switched our entire diet to include only vegetables and fish. We went off some meats, but I included plenty of vegetables. We had gone off gluten and dairy, even slowly. But again, I was sort of just going by instinct. I was reading a lot, and I was also conscious of the fact that I did not want any nutrient deficiencies to develop, because she was a growing child. So anyway, so we reached a point where we were having only rice, we were having only vegetables, fish, and a few fruits, because I had taken her off some of the high histamine fruits, etc., that I had read about might actually cause further issues. So we were actually not left with much, apart from very it was in that sense a good diet because it had a lot of vegetables and fatty fish, but it was really hard to do that. And as far as spices were concerned, I had read that actually many of the spices could be a problem. So I said, okay, let me just take that off as well. So we were having only garlic and salt. And I still don't know how we did it. I think we did it for at least couple of months. And that's all we were having. It helped that she was a small child. So so I somehow managed her food in school and at home. But it was very restricted and it was very tough, right? And all the time I was actually scared that this would not be enough, and it was not enough to actually see the results I expected to see. And this is often where we are stuck. Maybe you are dealing with unpredictable and fluctuating symptoms in spite of being on medications, or you've tried going on a gluten-free diet but you've seen little to no improvements at all, and then you finally gave up. Or maybe you just don't have the energy anymore to keep looking for a solution, to keep looking for answers that will finally help you get better, right? So if you're on this kind of a position, know that you're not alone. This is what happens to most people who are dealing or struggling with a severe chronic condition, whether it's an autoimmune disease, whether it's something else. And this is the real problem. Like, we don't really get the relevant information, and we are overwhelmed by all the information, and I call it information overload, that we come across every single day. So you might be coming across a whole host of information of what you should be doing. One day you read about having more healthy fats, the next day you read about fats, fat-free diet, the third day you read about going off all meats, the fourth day you read about maybe only fish is good. So there's so many contradictory kind of advice that we come across, that it becomes really, really hard and really difficult. And I know that this is where I was. So that actually adds to the fears of an uncertain future, especially if some symptoms are fluctuating, the symptoms are unpredictable. Again, that is a hallmark of an autoimmune condition. The symptoms are very unpredictable. They can actually fluctuate intraday, they can fluctuate from day to day, plus they can also fluctuate from even from hour to hour, and that's a huge problem, right? And you may already have tried taking medications and that would have worked to some extent, just like us, or you may have tried different diets but you're not seeing any results. And the issue is that unless you are focusing on the root causes of your health, this situation does not really improve, right? Because the conventional approach to chronic conditions is more like a band-aid approach. It's focused on symptom management, and that is why it's not a root cause solution. And that's the reason you're not getting the solution that you're looking for, and that's the reason you're not getting the answers you're looking for. In fact, I just published a recent podcast episode. It's episode number 12 of Embrace Your Healing Journey podcast, where I talk about why doctors don't have all the answers. And don't get me wrong, it's not about, I'm not against taking any medications. I'm certainly not against doctors. They are doing the best that they can based on what they have. And we had an amazing team of doctors working behind us and helping us. They were our care team. They still are actually in even till today. That's not the issue. It's just that Western medicine is not the root cause solution. However, you might still need to take medications. You might still need to take certain treatments simply because they are life-saving and they're often necessary to prevent further damage, but they are not the solution that you need to move towards. While you're doing that, you can actually buy back some time, and that is exactly what we did. Because of those medications, and when I realized that they were not going to provide us with the solution, I started to look up and find out about what else we could do. And that's when I came across the diet part of it, and that's when I started making changes, and that's when I started putting these small things in place, not knowing how many months or years it would take. And in fact, by the time we adopted a functional medicine approach, which is all about finding and addressing the root causes of a chronic condition. It took 2 years, more than 2 years, to finally get her off all medications, to see the results that we wanted to see, and then stay well, after that as well. And that's where we are today. But it takes time, it takes patience, and it takes persistence. And I think most of all, it takes the conviction that your body can heal itself, right? That is how you overcome your fear about your future, by gaining again or reconnecting with your body, by developing that trust with your own body. Just the way that we do it with a friend that we haven't met for a long time. Maybe we knew that person in the past, and now we are meeting that friend once again after a long time. How do you reconnect? Think of your body in that way. You reconnect by maybe taking baby steps, by thinking of your body as a friend, maybe writing a letter to your body. And that's something that I actually ask all my clients to do in my coaching program. Write a letter to your body as if it were a friend. What are the features that you appreciate? What are some of the ways that your body has been protecting you? And in turn, how would you be taking care of your body? So this is what I want to leave you with. If you are worried about your future, if you're not able to overcome your fears, and you feel scared as to what the future holds for you, in terms of your health, your career, all your dreams that you once had, you need to start making friends with your body. You need to start making even tiny lifestyle changes, for that matter, that actually create a healing environment in which your body can thrive, right? That's where you start. And the way you do that is by reconnecting with your body. And this is actually what I help my clients do in the Reconnect pillar of the coaching program. It's called Healing from Within. The framework is called Body Wise Healing Framework. And there are 3 pillars, and in this Reconnect pillar. And that's what I wanted to share with you. All of it becomes too much, but there are 2 other pillars. But this Reconnect pillar is actually about reconnecting with your body and understanding what your body needs from you, and more importantly, treating your body as your friend. So if you're ready to do that, make sure that you are listening and following the podcast Embrace Your Healing Journey podcast. The link is in bio. I'll be sharing many more such resources, insights, tips, etc. in the podcast episodes, and that will really guide you in your healing path so that you never feel alone again, you don't feel overwhelmed, and you know what you need to do to get better. I'll see you soon.